Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. So as you can see, I've been away for about 4 days. I do apologise. I've been very busy sorting out some stuff. I've got a new organisation I'm signing up with, more details on that later. I've got live streams coming soon. There's just been a whole ton of stuff I'm doing for the channel. So yeah, I do apologise, but other than that, we're going to get straight into this because Shadowfall it's coming to an end now, and I'm sure a lot of you have been messing around with Wattson, Pathfinder, Octane, Wraiths, Mirage, all of the different tacticals they have to try and make this game mode a bit more interesting, a bit more fun in their own ways. And that's exactly why I made this video, because I kind of ended up playing my own game of prop hunt with the shadows. Now obviously in Apex Legends you can't turn into an item and run around. That's stupid. That would be cool, but we don't have that. But what I did think is, we're doing all this inside stuff with Wattson, right? She's become pretty much a god in this LTM. So what if we use her to do some, like, try and take over some really weird locations and basically control it from the shadows. So say for example, we're going to become a tank, we're going to become a supply bin, we're going to become an anti-air turret, we're even going to become the evac ship. So yeah, like one of the first ones I tried experimenting with first is getting on top of high ground locations. I showed this clip especially because you see me go from, I think it's 3 kills up to 17 in a matter of 35 seconds. Like, when you get the high ground locations with Wattsons, all those fences, they can put some shadows off, but a lot of them just kind of want to get you, especially here when like you're only one of the few people alive. And yeah, this, especially with the Eva 8, just going absolutely nuts. Now here is the first prop hunt version. This is trying to be a supply bin. Obviously we can't move as it, but we're going to try and basically hide inside and Wattson it up. This actually ends up being a kind of meta, guys. Like, seriously, if you want to have a bit of fun before Shadowfall ends, try the shadow bin meta out. This is OP. Experiment with the fences how you like. I found like a close range border for any that got really close, and then doing some triangles and some wider squares seemed to help the situation. Honestly, it feels like it's going to be weak at first. It looks very exposed, but the way you set it up really just, it makes it OP. So for instance, right there, I've got the Wattson's ultimate in the middle of the supply bin at the front. I use this as a block if they do get in close, so that I can back up onto one side, which means they end up taking a bit of extra damage while they have to get through to me. But as you can see, this is insanely defensive. As soon as you've got those first fences up, you can actually just get inside the bin and start placing them from inside, because you've got like windows on the left and right, so you can look around the corners and place them. This footage is from my very first attempt, but I did it a few times afterwards, and it's really easy to do from inside the bin. And don't worry about shadows getting on top. Now let's see this in action. Like, obviously at first I don't want to shoot shadows because I want to see how it actually plays out, what they try and do to counter these types of unique tactics, if you want to call it. And a lot of them ended up trying to get on top and attack me that way. That just didn't work. Half the time they couldn't turn around, and if you're wanting to go crazy and get kills, you're going to be shooting them anyway, so they're definitely not going to be able to get to you. But as you can see there, just I'm trying to shoot as well, trying to bring in more attention, but this giant red glowing box is definitely going to draw shadows in, especially when they're like, why is he in a supply bin? And as you can see there, I was backing up from any zombie that did get in slightly close. The only ones you have to be careful of is when they slide and jump into the supply bin, and that's when you need to be a bit wary. But yeah, this is really cool because technically you could fit all 10 of the surviving members in here. You just have to be careful when they try and go for the side bits, because sometimes they will try and punch it out. But as I said, look, you've got windows to the left and the right where you can see them and you can shoot them out. For example, right there, getting absolutely demolished. And then Pathfinder, being the bro he is, there's always Pathfinders in these game modes. There's Pathfinders constantly, so they're going to be able to help you get to that like little final 30-meter reach to the ship. Now the next one was, I think this is an evac ship, but it doesn't have the side doors, so is this kind of a supply ship? I'm not quite sure. Let me know what the technical name for this one is. But yeah, this was okay. I wouldn't rate this high on the fun factor because it's still inside. Technically, it's not anything too unique. And plus, a lot of zombies don't see it. Shadows, sorry, so they don't end up going for it. But it is an invincible technique because as you saw, I did like 10 layers. They're not getting through that. Now we're going to become the tank. So, first off, ultimate right in the middle. You'll notice in a lot of my plays, especially in close quarters, I like to stand on top of my ultimate just to give me that extra distance. Now, I tried this before and I put all of my fences on top, and that meant the shadows could actually get to me too quickly. So I would advise putting one perimeter fence around the tank, one on top around the edge, and then you can go ahead and do another one. Just be careful when you're setting up. The amount of times I died trying to set up these things because I was just so focused on placing all 12 fences at first, and then I'd get like bombarded by a shadow without realizing it. And as you can see there, there's a bit of a glitch sometimes where the fences will become enemy fences when all your teammates suddenly become one squad. It's a bit weird, just be careful of it. But yeah, this is actually pretty OP. The fence around the tank like causes them damage as they're trying to climb up. But you do have to be careful. Like above me, a Pathfinder basically put a zip line going above me, which allowed the shadows to use the zip line and drop down onto me. But other than that, this tactic is ridiculous. As you can see here, they're literally one hit by the time they can get anywhere near to you, if they can get near to you. And this is where you can see that zip line really screwed me. But then these fences ended up coming in absolute clutch because Pathfinder managed to revive me. And I'm going to have to say sorry on this one, guys, because Pathfinder got KO'd. You'll watch this, look, he gets boom, and I'm like, no, dip out, potato chip, gotta go. Sorry, Pathfinder, you're the saviour that I always needed. But yeah, that was the tank. And to be honest, I thought, you know what? If they're coming down from the sky, right, and they can see these fences clear as day from near the top of the map, I wonder if we can like send them some messages. Like it'd be too much to like write hi or something, but we can be a bit childish, you know. We can draw a giant penis and have it just like on display for them as they're flying down from the sky. Like I'm so surprised no one's done anything like this. Like why am I, the 30-year-old man, the one that's decided that, like, how have I not seen this on Reddit? Have I not seen a shadow go, oh, someone's decided to draw a penis with Wattson? Because there's so many things you can actually draw with Wattson, and surprisingly, this ended up being a treat because so many people got attracted by the fact that there's a giant dick on the floor. They're like, yo, what are you saying about me? I'm going to fight you. Or they'd come down and be like, this is pretty funny. And maybe they just wouldn't even fight. That Pathfinder in the previous clip that was in my face looked like he wasn't actually going to punch me, or maybe he was just being a bit slow. But yeah, this ended up being surprisingly pretty good tactic, especially for drawing them in. But let me know what crazy things you've done on this mode. Go onto my Twitter, send me some screenshots of like crazy Wattson setups or images you drew with Wattson fences, because I've been playing this game mode for ages, and all the other legends I've stopped really having fun with, if I'm being all honest. Pathfinder, it's just the same zipline routine. It's kind of gotten a bit tedious already, and Wattson's the only one that offers different strategies each time with her different styles that you can place her fences, ignoring this joke of a clip. So let me know what you've come up with, because I've been doing it for ages. And then on to the final one, we've got the anti-air turret. So these are these have been a lot of theory talk like going on, like what these are pointing at and stuff. And I thought, hang on, what if I actually become an anti-air turret? I'm not going to be able to fire anything, but anything that comes near it will be destroyed. So it's a bit tricky to place these top ones, especially on that really thin edge. But you can place it and you get these really cool leaning out fences. And this is OP like no one can get to you from below. You just have to be careful from people jumping off at the top. From below, it's going to be near on impossible for anyone to even climb up. And you can see that Pathfinder down below just ended up running in circles non-stop. And as you can see, they start to grow a few brain cells, and incoming, boom, I'm dead. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, you know? But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your crazy setups, what you've been doing to make these game modes as fun as possible. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, especially you know the drill, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.